Welcome back. The Youth Worker Wellbeing Project Collaborative's statewide effort is to improve the lives of Indiana youth workers. Here to tell us more are Carlin Techner from the Indiana Youth Institute and David Westenberger from the Indiana Youth Services Association. Guys, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
This is something that I think maybe a lot of people at home don't even think about, is the work nonstop 24/7 that youth workers really are doing and the level of stress that can bring on. How important is it to help them find ways to alleviate that?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think generally speaking, like, youth workers are phenomenal people who care a lot about others, right?
Yeah.
So they go into the field because of those motivations. But when they get in the field, it's really demanding work. Not only because it's hard work with the people that they serve, both families and kids, but also because it pulls so much out of them and the demand is so great. In addition to the fact that people come with a lot of challenges and they have to have the skill to respond. And so it's important for us to kind of educate people on what they need in order to be sustained in that work, because we know it's difficult, but we also know that they're pulled through their passion, so they need skills to continue to work on themselves, but also the organization has to put things in place to support them to stay.
Yeah. David, you guys teaming up with them, I mean, you've been doing youth work for a long time. How early did you start to realize that this was a taxing thing and that this might be beneficial?
Yeah, well, early in my career, 20 years ago, a lot of my time was spent working with the people that work for kids, making sure they were okay. So a couple of years ago, Carlin and I were connected through some ACES work and the Journey Fellowship, and we had the same passion for taking care of people in the field. So we put together this project and have a team of consultants that works with organizations and helps organizations think about the overall well-being of their employees in 8 dimensions that we provide information and resources on. So Carlin leads that project for us.
Mm-hmm. What do some of these things look like as far as what is helping these youth workers find that stress relieving ability?
Yeah, so as David talked about, the 8 dimensions of wellness through SAMHSA are the focal points for our sessions. We do workshops every month or every other month, and we take our team of consultants to teach on those topics. In addition to that, we provide leadership coaching through one of our team members, as well as group coaching and mind-body medicine coaching. The intent is to build skill. If we can build skill, then we make people more aware, and then they can take the skill and the awareness and implement it in their own lives. And so over the course of the year, we're doing these programs and we're evaluating whether or not people are experiencing it positively, and then whether or not they're implementing what we taught them. And then we help them build teams within their organizations. We call them wellness teams. The goal is really a sustainable effort. If you have a team who represents everybody in the organization who participate to talk about wellness, then it'll expand itself within the organization, and folks will have a place to go to receive those services.
David, what do you say to youth workers sitting at home right now? Because as you know, you guys obviously aren't putting yourselves first, you're putting the kids first. Mm-hmm. But if someone's sitting at home going, man, I'm just stressed to the max, what do you say to them?
When you go back to work, talk to your colleagues in your organization and look for things that might be of support and really focus on a culture of well-being. We certainly have resources and organizations that participate, but and ultimately we hope to have some kind of self-guided workbook, roadmap that people can use, so organizations. So you hear about things like this, and you're like, wow, I'd like to kind of take that on in our organization. And so there's lots of resources out there. Our website's a way to find out about this project for sure.
Mm-hmm. I just love the idea that youth workers are going to be better serving if they are taking care of themselves a little bit, right? Like that helps so much.